Channel memberships are now live. Channel memberships are now live. $4.99 monthly gives you the opportunity to win the Comic Army monthly prize pack, early access to videos, custom emojis for live streams and videos. Your Comic Army rank will be displayed beside your name for length of service. You get the ability to join the exclusive Instagram chat room for members and member shoutouts and spotlights. Join the Comic Army today. Happy New Comic Book Day, everyone. This is it. This is it. So, for a long time, well, let's back it up. Let's tell the story the way that it should be. Last fall, on this show, I had a bunch of guys on the panel. I think Rob was there. I think TW was there. Jim, Gary, maybe and a few others. And we were talking about movies. And we're talking about movies that we enjoy, movies that are cult classics. And it may have been TW, it may have been Gary that actually brought up The Princess Bride. And I really need to learn how to check my ego because I let it out. I've never seen that movie. And it's been nothing short of a catastrophe for my YouTube journey since that point, because random people just pop into my chats. Have you watched the Princess Bride yet? I'll be honest, it was Comic Journey that's actually been at the forefront, leading the way, saying, hey man, have you watched The Princess Bride yet? I don't care that you're a Bills fan. What's going on? Why have you watched this movie yet? Flash forward to last week. I had a group of people on. It was a good time. Talking about comics, getting ready to wrap up the show. What does Comic Journey do? He super chats me $5 and says, watch The Princess Bride. Well, here we are today. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all of it. We're going to talk about New Comic Book Day. I'm going to be finally giving away my first channel membership exclusive Comic Army box to one of the people that joined the channel membership. And we're going to spotlight those books. But before we even do that, we're going to spotlight next month's books. And it's been a lot. Even for me, who gives away a lot of stuff, this is a lot. Retro Rocket Comics, when I went in today, stepped up to the plate and dumped a whole lot of books and said, this is for your giveaway. And yeah, I thought Rob was going to do the thing, but it didn't happen. But that's okay. He dumped a lot of books. And just to give everyone a heads up, all the 17 people that are watching right now, this right now is the stack that's going to be given away the first week of March. A handful of books that I picked up and decided that I think this is what I would like to have. And then when I walked into Retro today, boom, Chris is like, this. I'm sponsoring next month's pack. And here we are. So this is what we're going to do. Get a little video ready. I asked a few people, hey, if you think The Princess Bride is worth me finally sitting down and checking out, let me know. This is what happened. Oh, I'm having problems with this.
You're amazing. I ought to be up to put the ear. Oh, there's something I ought to tell you.
Watch Princess Bride.
Hey, Chris, watch The Princess Bride. It would be inconceivable if you don't.
Chris, you need to grab a mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich and watch The Princess Bride.
Chris, watch The Princess Bride.
I just found out that Chris, the comic vet, has never seen The Princess Bride. What the fuck, Chris? I mean, I know you're from Canada, but still, what the fuck?
Chris, I'm still awed and shocked that you have never seen The Princess Bride, one of the most quotable movies in movie history. And until then, you will never know what ROUS is, or a six-fingered man. And for that, I pity you, good sir. Watch the movie. Let us know what you think.
All right. Listen to me. Listen to me. You listen to me, Mr. Canada, Mr. Comic Vet, Mr. Chris the Comic Vet, the guy that pretends he takes care of animals and he doesn't take care of animals. Yeah, you, Chris, the vet, the comic vet, the comic vet. You better go watch The Princess Bride. You better go watch The Princess Bride. I'm telling you, one of you better go watch The Princess Bride because you're disrupting everybody. Okay? What do you think, Kool-Aid? Should you watch The Princess Bride? Oh yeah. That's right. Oh yeah. You listen to Kool-Aid.
All right. I watched The Princess Bride. Finally. Now get off my bloody back. All right. Let's bring Rob, Gary.
Hey Chris, did you watch the Princess Bride yet?
TW, I watched The Princess Bride. Let's say hello to the chat. They've been patiently waiting.
The longest damn intro ever.
Yeah. Say 25 Perez through the mail. Man, my life is pretty slow tonight. Thank you for joining us, Kyle. Wheelchair Superhero 87. Hope that you're doing well, and your sister as well. J-Man has stopped by. Ding dong. Hello. Love The Princess Bride. Great movie with some heart too. I'll catch this live stream afterwards. Have a good one. I'll be appearing on Jay's channel tomorrow night. Everyone, if you're not subscribed, consider doing that. Again, everyone, I dropped this in there. The giveaway is tonight via a duck race. Las Cruces 1971. Somehow it's like 4th or 5th. Hope that you're doing well, James.
Fucking slacker
today. Chris from Retro Rocket, welcome to the Comic Army. Thank you for joining, my man. I appreciate that.
Chris, I hope you win your book back.
You sure? That's the thing. If somehow Chris is now entered to the duck race, as will be everyone else who joins tonight, if they decide to join. The book that Chris donated for the first round, I may have to turn around and give that away as well. Let's see. Trev, the shipping guru. Trev was kind enough to send a little short for that as well. Trev, hope that you're doing well. Comiverse as well. My man, thanks for sending in that video. Appreciate it. Member of the Comic Army. Let's go down here. The best handle in all of YouTube. It's Dr. Von Hoots, Comics from the Spiral Dimension. Congratulations on 100 subscriber, my man. I hope that I pretty much know everyone else in the comic world is going to try and get you up as fast as humanly possible, as well-deserved as what you should be. Adam, my man, collecting with Durs. Adam's got himself a very big weekend as he's an Eagles fan. Good luck. Good luck. With Murdoch. Happy new comic book day, my man. Hope that you're doing, and I hope that you don't have freezing rain in your forecast tomorrow, like what I do. Brian, happy new comic book day. Thanks for stopping by. Dope Comics. Happy new comic book day. As I continue to scroll here. Cole, I know you're just on the other side of Ontario. I hope that you don't have freezing rain in your forecast.
Right on, sir.
So yeah,
right
there's
on.
a big. Yeah, that I think Rob, you need to be quiet. Don't
$5 US.
let the secret out.
It does have to be
KBDM.
$5 US. Not that Canadian.
Happy new comic book day.
$5 might be too much. What did we do for a buck?
That could be like.
Hey, what would he do
Yeah,
for
that's
a Klondike bar?
€5?
Yeah.
I actually love whatchamacallits. Whatchamacallits are not available in Canada. So
Really?
How about the
just a
old
heads up.
thingamajigs? They're not available anywhere, but that was
Yes, but they got to be the king size. I don't like those little ones. TJ, good evening, my man. Hope that you're doing well, Marine.
I gotta watch your show.
Travis
then,
has joined us.
Cole, 'cause
TM Nerdy.
I haven't picked that up yet.
TM, thanks for sending in that little clip. That very first one, the computer simulation, that was actually submitted by Travis. Appreciate that. Channel member Paul from Sector 2815. Thanks for stopping by. My computer is just the fritz. Collecting with Durs is saying, amazing gesture. Everyone, till you see what he has decided to give. That's the movie with Andre the Giant, right?
Anybody want a peanut?
Yes. I knew that way back as a kid from yeah.
It's not his fault at being the biggest and the strongest, Taylor. He doesn't even exercise.
True. Neither do I. Look at this.
Kenneth Birds joined us. We appreciate you. Appreciate you being here for everyone tonight. Give it time. Give it time, Cole. Give it time.
Girl, I've always been grumpy. I just used to hide it.
Staps Zen. Appreciate you. Oh boy. All right.
I think we found a new.
Everybody, check yourselves. You might be pregnant after watching that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a good possibility that
Properly? Did that work properly, or was it free?
Yeah, it did. It came through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might steal that idea if you're not going to use it.
Okay. Yeah, Brian. All right. You. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. I am having problems with my.
Yeah, your audio's
computer.
cutting out too.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that'll be better.
Yeah, Cole, I recommended
Let's
the
see.
book.
Chop and Drop has joined us. Let's see. Let me go right back up here. It jumped on me. Sadly, just one duck. Just thrown into tonight. Yes, the Harley Quinn. Let's see. So yeah, Brian, you get to pick, and let me scroll down since CW is referring to something there. Let's see. Did he Strange Brew? Come on, man, that's a rite of passage as a Canadian.
You should rewatch it now that you're older.
It's what? I don't think I've seen it since its theatrical release, and that was probably like 85.
Was it
86,
released?
87.
I think it was only released in theaters in Canada.
Yeah, well, he knows
Stop
about
being
it.
a hoser.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you want to know? Gary, you were probably the most passionate one outside. CJ, go ahead. Ask away.
Watching that movie, were you not overtaken with glee and just smiling throughout the entire experience? Just
I don't know if glee would be the right word, but I gotta admit, I quickly found myself getting past the fact that this is a mid-'80s movie, and the whole cinematography and the acting style that's a part of the 80s and that. But the whole Peter Falk and Fred Savage thing I thought was very endearing. I thought they both did a great job.
Absolutely.
The movie overall, it was a lot of fun. I really, really feel at this point now I can honestly say I missed out. It was a real good ride.
And the cast.
The cast was. It took me a while to actually clue into who Montoya was, Like I enjoyed that TV show that
Criminal
Claire
Minds?
Danes was in. That Claire Danes was in, where
Oh
she's
yeah, that one with the redhead and the country always under attack, and Claire Danes cries a lot.
right, and she's suffering from mental illness. Anyways, the actor who is thank you, Mandy Patinkin. I enjoyed his work in that, and then I started watching some of his other stuff through time, just because. Pardon me, I enjoyed that actor. I didn't realize till halfway through I'm looking at him, I'm like, I know that voice. So I decided to look it up. I'm like, oh my God, that's Mandy Patinkin. But yeah, the only part I really thought was a little too much over the top was Billy Crystal and the actress who played
Carol Kane,
his wife. Yes, Carol Kane.
Yeah.
I thought they were a little just too over the top.
No way.
With what they were doing.
We're gonna
Otherwise,
have to put you in the torture machine.
I have a question for you, Chris.
Yeah.
What did you think the movie would be like?
I thought it would be just over the top fromage campiness, and it's a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously while being incredibly fun.
It's a fairy tale.
Yeah, and I just couldn't get over how young Carrie Elways and Jenny from Forrest Gump looked. It was just like, my God. And then I looked it up, like she was literally just out of her teens when she did that movie, like years
Do you
later.
believe how animated Peter Falk is compared to today?
Yeah, yeah, and yeah.
Hey, come on, how about As You Wish, that whole setup, and then they're immediately separated, and
yes,
when she throws herself down the hill. Oh, my sweet Wesley.
Oh, hell with that. You know how many times I go to bed, kiss my wife, and say, good night, sleep well, I'll most likely kill you in the morning?
Right?
Of course, she does the same thing to me, too, so it's okay.
You know how many days I wish I had some iocane powder on me?
Exactly.
But I gotta admit, other than, like I said, I thought Carol Kane and Billy Crystal were a little over the top with their performance. Everyone took it seriously. Like the six-fingered man, that was just like, that was really, and he was just so stoic. Like he had him in the torture.
This is for posterity, so please.
Yes, and he's just speaking like please, just tell me what you're feeling,
Try to be precise. I just always still know this. The one thing that bugs me the most about that movie still all the time is always iocane powder. I bet my life on it. It's like the fucking thing is odorless, man. And you just smelled it. And you freaking came up with that. I smell nothing, therefore it must be.
Yeah.
So I love when he recovers from death and is like, dun 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 dun, like just the fighting off stuff. And I mean, the whole movie to me is just
All right, and he was only mostly dead. Woohoo! Look who knows so much.
And I gotta admit, the first point.
Said, love, I'm not a witch. I'm your wife. I'm not sure I even want to be that anymore.
The first part I really enjoyed was actually the scaling of the cliff. Where Andre the Giant's just one hand over another.
Yeah.
With the whole team of people hanging off him. And then Wesley's making his way up, and then they start throwing stuff at him, and then he gets stuck in there. And then Montoya looks over, he's like, I'll wait for you to come up. And then in the battle, they're like, I'm just using my left hand. And then he's like, now I have to switch to my right. And then Wesley's like,
something you must know.
I've been using my left hand as well. I'm like,
unless he's a study his Rupa, which I have.
Yeah.
Come for the movie. Come for New Comic Book Day. Stay for the 36-year-old movie.
Yeah.
All right. You do it, Chris.
Yeah. Staff said, you're right. Again, since last fall, I've had, in particular, this guy lead the way. Like, why haven't I watched the movie?
My nephew did.
Yeah.
I really thought you might hate it because it's impossible for me to think about it without the nostalgia factor built in. And so seeing it I know people have recommended a lot of old movies to me, and when I go back and watch them, I'm like, well, that's fucking awful because it just doesn't have the childhood memories for me. It doesn't have that ring. Right. But I'm glad you liked it. I wasn't sure if you would.
There's a charm to it that
there is, but people say that about every movie that they've loved from their childhood year. That's my point. It's
right. I got to admit, it's not going to break my top 10 list, but it's It's the most fun movie I've watched this new year.
Now you're gonna make me bring my Holocaust cloak next week.
Oh boy!
If only we at least had a Holocaust cloak or a wheelbarrow.
Why did you mention that among our assets when we began?
What I can
Dr.
say
Von Hooch,
is,
you've never seen it either? Oh boy.
What?
You're just trying to get $5 from Comic Journey. I get it.
Hey, BBH, this one, and I hand to God, you can watch this one with Magic Badger because it is a family movie.
Yes.
There's no profanity, no sex throughout the movie, whatever. So you can watch The Princess Bride with Magic Badger.
Yeah, the whole idea of was it fire swamps? I'm like,
Yes.
Like, does anyone realize that's one of the biggest oxymorons in pulp culture?
Sure.
Sure.
It's supposed to be though. That's the fun of it.
Fantasy, yeah.
But yeah, just touch on what Taylor Winder said. I've been to a lot of Comic Cons. I'm not going to sit here and say I've been to hundreds, but I've been to a lot of Comic Cons in my time. And Carrie Elways has been there, and there's been some other actors and actresses that are in it or have cameos or somehow tied to The Princess Bride. And I see people getting stuff autographed, and that Carrie Elways always has a very large line, and it seems to be the Princess Bride stuff that are in everyone's hands. And as someone that enjoys cult movies, like Lost Boys is one of my number one cult movies, I can respect people going and get stuff signed. Evil Dead also, like I see people getting Evil Dead stuff signed all the time. And like I've seen these movies other than The Princess Bride, but I know that it's a movie that's endearing to a lot of people. I know that Generation X, it's one of those movies that hits home with Generation X because it was a mid-'80s movie. But the bottom line is, was it worth the hype? Yeah. And I'm kind of glad that I actually waited all these months since I let it out, just so that
you could get $5.
That you would pay me $5 to watch this movie.
Interesting side note for you, Chris. So Prince Humperdinck is the voice of Jack Skellington.
Yeah, yes, I'm fully aware because he also has very large lines as well. And he was also in Fright Night. And I see a lot of those movies in those.
Sarandon.
Yeah, Chris Sarandon. And I see a lot of people getting Fright Night, Princess Bride, and obviously The Nightmare Before Christmas stuff getting signed. And again, I have not seen
I wonder.
The Night Before Christmas.
I got my comment in just before Chris from Retro Rocket Comics got to say his. So say the same thing.
Cole is saying 3 days after this movie came out, I turned 2. Dude, you're aging me.
Oh, yeah. I saw it as
listen, be nice to Cole. You can finally grow a mustache.
Comic Journey, happy birthday. Appreciate you stopping by.
I do
your
have
birthday.
to say one other thing, just because Chris didn't bring it up. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this live stream finds you safe and well.
Right.
We don't feel right if you don't say that, Chris. Yes. Like you wish us harm in this live stream.
And
thank you everyone for joining me today. I wish you safe and well.
I hope this live stream finds you. Don't you even know your own tagline?
Holy frig,
come on,
man!
It's all about
cracking under pressure. Lying about this movie, I thought it was awful. No, I'm kidding.
I've never seen Fright Night.
Fright Night's great. Another good one.
Marvel but some of the horror stuff like that really doesn't hold up well.
I saw The Crow opening night. Tricky Trapsters, join us, my man. Hope that you're doing well. But yeah, it's funny when you talk about cult movies like this. People talk about their favorite cult movies, and then the normal response is either other people have enjoyed it or they haven't seen it. It's usually not that when people talk about cult movies, there's usually not much negativity when it comes to that kind of thing. Young Frankenstein was my favorite Mel Brooks.
Oh yeah,
I gotta admit, Spaceballs might be one of my favorite ones that he did.
History of the World Part 1 is my favorite from
the producers.
Yeah.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
I am curious.
I've been loving it.
Blazing Saddles.
How many times Carrie Elways has had to write "As You Wish" for a fan?
Oh yeah.
I think it's an auto pen.
I'm sure that's an inscription fee at this point. Troy, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I didn't realize that it was a book. I thought it was just a script. But these guys were saying that it actually is a book.
Wait, you haven't read the book? No, I'm just kidding. We're not starting that.
At that point,
In the comic adaptation of the book and the novel,
I'm sure that there probably is a comic adaptation.
CJ, send them $5 to read the book.
Chicago Schultz has stopped by. Happy New Comic Book Day. Okay, let's get into New Comic Book Day. Again, everyone, thanks for pressuring me to watch this movie. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was going to be over the top cheese.
And instead
It's a good time. It's a good time. For a movie that was made mid-'80s, I can see why it stands up against the test of time. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Rob. This is my stack. And as always, Rob, if you will, I lead with the franchise. Oh, by the way, I went to Retro Rocky Comics today. Located about 75 kilometers, about 55 miles due west of my home city of Toronto. Chris was there today, had my books all ready for me to go, and we had a nice little lovely chat, as we normally do every New Comic Book Day, and his grand opening is still on the calendar. It hasn't been officially released yet, but he is planning on having a little bit of an extravaganza. When that happens, I do plan on live streaming from there, if you'll allow me.
From where?
From Retro Rocky Comics in lovely Cambridge, Ontario. Also, Chris and I have discussed about doing a tour of the shop and allowing me to upload it to YouTube. So once he's got the finishing touches around there, basically when Kelly has the finishing touches around the shop, I'll be doing a walking tour of what's inside Retro Rocky Comics.
Nice.
Let's start with The Amazing Spider-Man, shall we? This was my hot pick on Two Cool Guys Who Hot Picks, issue number 19. Finally, we have a different writer at the helm of ASM. Sadly, it's just for 2 issues. Just 2 issues. No. My city of birth was Toronto. I don't live in Toronto anymore. Can't afford Toronto. This is a two-parter from Joe Kelly and the Dodsons do the interior artwork. I went with just a normal cover A featuring JR. But I'm hoping that this is well received to the point that maybe we could have a different writer on ASM.
Schulte, I am for the next 2 weeks.
Marco, thanks for stopping by. Everyone, by the way, if you haven't checked out the recent Only Slabs episode, it was a hell of a lot of fun. Marco was our guest. When you have some free time, please go back and check out this most recent one. Yes. I picked up this little bad boy, although I do know a lot about Kang. It's nice to read about his first appearance because I can't afford it anymore. And this will be going in next month's Comic Army box. I'm hoping that this is pretty good. Storm is probably my third favorite X-Men behind Wolverine and Colossus. I don't consider Magic a part of the X-Men, but I really like Magic. Issue number 5 of the High Republic. God damn it, this has got me hooked in. This David Mack cover of Spawn 339, 338. Todd McFarlane? Nope, still no Todd McFarlane. It's been a while since we've had Todd McFarlane actually at the helm of Spawn. Red Goblin number 1. I'm hoping TW has picked this one up so I can ask him what he thought of it, and we'll wait for that to happen though. Poison Ivy number 9, probably now my favorite DC title that's ongoing since DC versus Vampires has completed. Namor the Submariner issue number 5. This is Conquered Shores again. What happens after everything melts and the oceans take over all the land? Well, everyone turns to Atlantis, or pardon me, Namor's home. Mark's hot pick. Yes.
I grew up here, Chelsea. So yeah, the nickel and spat nice. I've had beverages at both places. I've also lived in Chicago on the north side. I lived in Wrigleyville for years. Anyways, sorry.
Danny Ketch cover.
When you came home, did you look at the park to see if there was a W flag in the air?
I did not. No.
Okay. Mark's hot pick, believe it or not, was a Marvel book. Yes, you can let him know that. Hey,
Also, Chris, it's a Wisconsin park. There's W flags everywhere.
okay. I see what you're doing. Okay. I'd like to thank Comic Journey for now putting my son through his final year of university with his $5 donation.
I got to move to Canada.
Right?
No. My son has a job, but I've never once said that I'm a veterinarian. I am a proud veteran. However, this handsome fellow right over here is the one.
I get what you said. I think I understand what you said, Chris. You're a veteran, Aryan.
Okay. Yeah. CJ, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, this was Mark's hot pick on Two Cool Guys Hot Picks last week. I was kind of surprised myself that he went with a Marvel title, considering that was another Lazarus Pit book that came out. But he has been enjoying Ghost Rider, and this is this is now a brand new arc starting right here with Danny Ketch returning as Ghost Rider.
I might have to get that because he's my favorite Ghost Rider, and I didn't know about that.
You can find out at 8:30 whether or not you should, Gary.
Okay.
Just make sure you pick up Ghost Rider and not Ghost Rider.
Okay.
Yeah. Completely different comics.
Daredevil issue number 8. This is quickly now finally returning to the substance that the last volume of Daredevil was written at. The first couple issues I thought were kind of blah, but I knew with Chip Zdarsky at the helm, just tough it out. And the last ones have been really, really good. And now we finally have Punisher, who's leading the hand, taking on Daredevil. If you believe a cover. Cover of the week. Yeah. So Art Germ doing all Art Germ kind of stuff. This is
it's not the foily one in 50.
132.
No. Of the week?
What?
No.
But it does pair nicely
with the one
with this one.
Oh.
Yeah. It does pair nicely.
Oh, and, yeah. I don't trust anything a Canadian says.
Chris, what? Chris was kind enough to throw in this 2023 sketchbook. I know it's free, but I normally don't pay attention to stuff that's like the
on the counter.
Yeah, the DC Connect and the Marvel previews and stuff. Unless Chris puts it in there, I don't really pay that much attention. But yeah, it's got some bangers.
Yeah, I forgot to pick that up. I got the first one when they from like last year or something. But I forgot to pick up this year's. I have to go back.
But yeah, let's just take a quick glance at that. I get that vet joke. Yeah. Like I said, Taylor Winder here is the first to say veterinarian, and then it kind of took off in Japan.
Right.
Then it kind of took off in Japan. So I'm famous in Japan for being a veterinarian.
Yeah.
It's true. They even make songs about it.
Yeah, look, you already took it down, you bastard.
That means I'm responsible for Cole's mustache riders too. So like, I can't get my own channel to grow, but like I can.
Ghost Rider is a banger. Cole, you know what? Cole mentioned in the comments for Two Cool Guys that he didn't want to jump into a book that's already in the middle of a volume. I will let you know if ASM is good, and I will let you know if Ghost Rider is good as well. Like I said, these are the beginning of arcs.
He's
totally separate stories from what's been going on. Sorry, Rob?
He's playing off my joke.
Okay, I know that, but I'm just saying he left a comment in the other video. Yes. I'm guessing with your with your handle that you enjoy Daredevil probably more than what I do.
But will you be able to see it?
Yes.
Get it? Because Murdoch blind.
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Brand new arc for Ghost Rider. Yeah. All right. Here we are. Thanks to everyone for being patient. Like I said, people that are hanging out, we're going to show our books. When that's said and done, I'm going to show the Comic Army box giveaway for next month. And then we're going to have ourselves a little duck race for all the channel members that are joined up. Rob, my man, show us what you
Hi.
got.
How are you?
Okay. What are you wearing there, by the way?
The
It is
internet.
a T-shirt. It
He's
is
wearing the internet.
The internet.
Yes.
It is from the IT crowd.
Oh, okay. I don't get it.
You've
It's a
never
niche
seen
show.
that. Yeah, it's a British TV show. It's very funny.
Oh,
For
If
$5,
you-
Chris will watch it.
If you've ever worked, whether you've worked in IT or whether you've ever worked in any form of customer service or support, it is the show for you. The Amazing Spider-Man, of course, as you. If bad dates go, I don't know. At least they're not the ones dying. So, you know.
it makes me think about going to the spa. That I don't want to do it.
Oh, the A cover, the Batman 132.
I actually like the perspective of that cover.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
pick
he's
up.
got great perspectives.
I did pick up the regular Art Germ cover.
That is fantastic artwork.
I didn't get the 1 in 50 though with the shinies, but I did go with the Derek Chew 1 in 25.
Oh, very, very nice.
That's
Very, very nice.
Could you do that sound again, Chris?
Yeah! Yeah!
No one's just going to clip it and use it on their videos, so I don't need to repeat it.
I like that cover.
Darth Vader.
That is a great cover.
Read of always. That is the best book, Star Wars book. The Hidden Empire. This is the ratio. Wait, no, this is the regular A cover. Sorry.
That kind of looks like Ken Lashley's work.
It says something
KWL on there.
Ozu or something. I don't know.
Okay.
This is the ratio.
I like that a lot. What is it? A 1 in 25, Rob?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
There's of course the High Republic, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how much I enjoy this.
You do watch the IT Guide. Yes,
Yeah,
you're the UK version. Do not watch the US version. Very, very good observation. Thank you very much. The US version is so bad I forget that it exists, much like the US version of Red Dwarf.
I didn't even know there was a US version of the IT crowd.
Yeah, no,
It's not awful. So is the US Red Dwarf.
Yeah, and US Red Dwarf is a crime against humanity.
And the US version of The Office. Hot garbage.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
And then here's the 1 in 25 for the High Republic.
He's pointing that right at you.
Is that, would we call that like a lime lightsaber?
That's
Green.
Okay.
And I too picked up a Kang for myself and one for the giveaway bin. I did not, though. I did hesitate, and my LCS manager gave me grief that I didn't pick up a static. Static number 1 facsimile.
TJ.
Holly bag and everything. But I said, maybe when I go back. There was a US version of Red Dwarf. Yeah, there was.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
It's more of a pilot, I think. I don't think it really got much past the first couple. But yeah, no, it's bad.
I thought it was. I thought the UK, the original Office, was okay. It was okay.
I mean, there was also a US version of Doctor Who, so we can skip that garbage.
Yeah. I think the American Office just took it over and just showed dominance.
Yeah, I love the UK Office though too because it's mean.
Yeah, it was called Blue Midget.
Yep.
Nice.
TJ, thanks for joining us.
How we doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
It's good. All right, Gary.
All right.
Show us what you got.
Since it seems to be what everybody's doing this week.
Yeah, franchise baby.
You know,
it had Black Cat on the cover, so Gary couldn't resist.
Yeah, there's the truth.
you have Felicia Hardy in the book. I'm buying it, but I also got this version of it with homage to Fantastic 401 with the Disney characters.
Yeah, the fucking cover.
Right.
There's a black and white 1 in 100.
This was a great wrap up to this 6-issue storyline, and this is Alien number 6. I've really been enjoying the Alien stories they're putting out, and this was a great wrap up. This cover too is amazing.
Is that with the new Animorph in it on the cover there? Yeah.
Yeah, she's a new breed, a new hybrid. So just some
That's
good
an homage
stuff.
to the Mike Mignola.
Yes.
Is it?
Wow.
Oh.
And then I'm the only one who probably buys this, but I'm a big Stranger Things guy. So the new 4-issue mini is out, so I got issue 1. I actually enjoy all the Stranger Things miniseries. I think they're fun. My LCS didn't have this last week, so I made sure to get it this week. The Frank Frazetta cover of Dawn Attack 2. Good story. Vampirella versus Red Sonja. Joseph Michael Lisner cover.
They in prison?
That's what it looks like.
It's like,
It looks
it's
like they're sneaking out.
It's like a film I've seen in the 70s. Like,
This is the cover.
Ooh.
The Perillo.
All right.
She got a little something on the side of her mouth there.
Then Unbreakable Red Sonja, the Perillo.
Yeah! Yeah! Apparently it's laundry day.
I had that book in my hand. I'm like, I don't know if I can do it.
Well, I thought that cover's okay, but this cover I think is better for
This is
Unbreakable
the front
Red
view.
Sonja. And I don't say many covers are better than a Perillo
Scott.
cover, but this Selena cover is amazing. Like her painting is just gorgeous.
She got nice bracelets on.
Then of course this cover as well. I didn't get a lot of books. I just got a lot of variants this week.
Here's like the only person keeping that company in business.
Dynamite?
And I picked up one back issue because it was a Miss Marvel key I didn't have, and I'll shout out Tony from Cometverse because I have it in many reprints and in the omnibus and stuff, but I didn't have the actual issue, and it's the controversial issue, but Avengers 200.
Oh yes.
So Perez and Terry Austin on the inks on the cover. But that's it. That's the haul.
Very nice. Terry Austin, the only inker I know who would put his own name larger than the original artist.
Why not? You're the last hand to touch it.
TW, show us what you got.
So I did not read this. I bought it thinking, I don't know, call me crazy. I didn't look at the previews this week. I didn't know what was coming out really a whole lot. I thought this was the new issue of Fantastic Four because...
Welcome to Spider-Man, baby.
What if?
Well, we're starting with stuff I did not read. I did not read this either because I missed issue number 2. I started reading it. I was like, oh yeah, so I have to go pick up issue number 2, All Against All, before I can read this. Or the Kang Gang Bang. And then because I was at Red Hammer Games in Appleton, Wisconsin, the best little secret comic shop around here. I had some old stuff at really cheap prices. An old Brave and the Bold.
Oh, nice. I love the old Brave and the Bold covers.
Yeah. I pick this one up every time I find it because it's the first Gwenpool. Howard the Duck #1.
Yep.
That's a Zdarsky book, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
This one I've never heard of and seen, but it's got space lasers, and it's the Planet of Vampires.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
That's good. That's a great cover.
I got a Gary book.
John Buscema cover.
Yeah. And then old Superman because it was cheap. So,
Taylor, can you hold that FF book back up for a sec?
Yeah, hang on.
So that's ASM, starting the new arc. TW, what did you think of it?
I have not read it.
Oh.
Because
no, you're plugged, Taylor. You're plugged.
Holy cow,
you're missing
man.
your cue.
I pitched that right down the middle.
You did, but you also could pitch. Now I said I started the whole segment where Chris clearly was listening with shit I have not read.
Clearly, I have. Clearly, I did not.
This is the shit I did read.
Okay, here we go.
Chris, you couldn't have fielded the ball any better.
Love Tree
I
#1.
tried.
Well, I don't play basketball. Red Goblin #1.
Now I picked that book up. Is it worth it? Did I do it right by
you can
picking
find
that
out
book up?
almost exactly at 8:30.
Okay.
There you go.
Now I
As
feel
they
better.
should be now.
Now I feel better.
Ghost Rider I don't know, 11. So I got both of them. What was your hot pick?
80s guy. Mine was ASM. Mark was.
I got everyone's hot pick this week for two.
Mark was the
Two
motorcycle
hot
guy.
dudes, one cup. Yeah. Lazarus Planet, the stupidest name ever. Next Evolution. Dude, fucking DC titles. Jesus Christ. But there are a couple first appearances in here. So Avengers War Across Time, number 2. This might have come out. Some of these might have come out last week. I don't remember. But I got them. Gary Likes Perspective, number 132 or whatever. Yeah. It's Perspective. That's what you're looking at, you dirty bastard.
I was looking in the window.
Swear Devil, number 8.
Now, I'm not going to ask you about that one, but I know issue number 1 you were a little critical of. Has that series gotten better for you?
Yeah, it's gotten better.
Yeah.
But it's also that should never have been issue number 1. It just kept going with the last.
Right. I agree.
Same creative team, nothing new in the plot. Just we're going to start over because it's Marvel.
Yeah.
We got more money.
It literally just picked up where it ended.
Little Monsters, number 10.
You mean, Chris, they could have just, instead of keeping words, they should have just time jumped, like
Static, hang on. Shadows of Dakota, number 1. Cole, I need to pick up the book I recommended on your channel, but the Red Hair Games did not have it, so I'm going to hunt it down this weekend. So,
Rob, you were saying?
I said you should have probably just time jumped like 18 months and not explain what happened and all of a sudden have everything topsy-turvy.
Well, that's at least a new arc or something. It was not even a new story arc, Rob, for Daredevil number 1. It was just...
Yeah, everyone, please consider hitting that like button. Love a good 2 hot dudes with a cup. I'm glad that he said hot dudes.
Or 2 dudes with 1 hot cup.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already, please
Hot
sign
dude,
up
1
Taylor
Carl.
Winder. He is on the road to 1K.
A slow winding path.
Oh, bonjour, Jean. Ça va?
Gene.
Ladies and
I'm going to call him by his preferred name, you dick.
Yeah, well, I am incredibly
Canadian
pretentious
hate.
when it comes to French.
Canadian, it's Canadian on Canadian hate.
I'm sure his mom calls him Jean.
Are you?
But
Are you
yes,
actually
hello,
sure?
Gene.
Gene, does your mom call you Gene?
No,
Wink
he'll say
once,
no.
yeah.
That he called like Jean Beliveau. Everyone, Marco will probably be going live shortly after my live stream ends. Please check out Switch Comics. Now, go ahead.
Do not forget to check out Embers on Swiss Comics Friday night. See some Ghost Rider,
Yes.
Moon Knight action.
Yes. Yeah, the trailer looks phenomenal. Okay. This guy is a Flash fan, the biggest Moon Knight fan I know. However, on top of that, he's the
a
biggest
Signal fan.
Transformers fan that I know. TJ, show us what you got.
All right. So, speaking of the 4th pillar of DC, we have Flash 792. This is part 3 of the 1 Minute War. I have not read part 1 yet because it's around my house and I can't find it. But I'll get to reading it soon. I have Captain America: Symbol of Truth, number 10.
Now, have you been enjoying this one more than the Steve storyline?
I'm going to say I think I dropped off of reading it because I'm bad at this. I dropped off of reading it maybe by like issue 4.
Okay.
Sometime around there, issue 4, issue 5, he and Deadpool end up casually in Latveria. I think there are real reasons for him to be there. Deadpool is just doing his Deadpool thing in a Captain America book. I'm going to catch up with this and one more book on my stack sometime soon. We'll see. I am going to add to the cup with 2 hot dudes with Ghost Rider issue number 11.
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's see. I have Bishop War College, the feetless variant. I mean, Liefeld variant. I've heard people are up and down on this book, but I've also heard that Bishop is in here as a drill instructor, drill sergeant, giving the kids a hard time. I'm all for drill instructors and drill sergeants giving the kids a hard time. So we'll see what's in here. Here's another book I really need to catch up on. Is issue number 14 of Black Panther. I'll probably have 15 before I actually get to reading it. I stopped at issue 3 because I couldn't get a copy, and I just never did pick back up. Most of the people who like Black Panther and have read this run really hate it. So I think there's a lack of respect for T'Challa in this book, in this run. So we'll see.
Why has Bishop got a baby arm? That's just Liefeld being Liefeld.
Does he have a baby? Does he have a baby arm, or does he have a big gun? Which is also
one gun
Liefeld
Liefeld on too.
Yeah,
like dude only draws one gun. That's all he does. Is like a
yeah.
And then he puts a
Trade
pouch
Paper
on.
Dad saying issue 15 is the final of the Black Panther for this I guess this volume. Okay.
Yes. I think it's picking back up in is it April? I think Eve L. Ewing is starting over in April.
Al Ewing's wife? Is that?
I don't think it's Al Ewing's wife. I've always wondered if they're related or if they know each other, if they have Ewing jokes together. I don't know. All right, and my last book is going to be The Exiles from Whatnot Publishing, and I got the Blade Runner variant for this book.
Very nice.
Yes, it's a Wesley Snipes story. I don't think he's writing it, but I think he's taking part in the story, and it may be crafted after him. I forget what the synopsis said, but it was a Wesley Snipes book. The next two covers I think are Demolition Man homage and a Blade homage for issue number 3 for their movie variant. So I'll pick those up. Well, I ordered those already. Hopefully I actually like the book, or else I'm just gonna have some Wesley Snipes covers.
Right.
Right.
Oh, you're right. By the way, TJ, they were not there. Alan and Eve are not related. I did the Googles. So.
All right.
Chris from Retro Rocket. The best thing I ever saw Liefeld draw was nothing. Yeah, nothing.
I thought he was going to say that Captain America picture when he has like a 3-mile wide chest. Yeah.
It's like everyone knows instantly what you're talking about. Straight that crazy pose.
Right.
And the best part is Liefeld always says, that was never a cover. That was just an ad. That doesn't matter. You still drew it, man. Doesn't matter. Ill Green Machine, thanks for stopping by.
That's all I have.
Okay. All right. Demolition Man. Saw it.
Yes. Simon Phoenix.
Paul saying you can't see Bishop's exceedingly disformed chest behind that gun. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Liefeld does now. He hides the characters that way. Okay.
I also don't see his pouches, so I don't know.
I'm gonna put
His
myself
pouch is
here.
below the waist now.
Never mind. There's 5 or 6 pouches down there. Good call. Good call.
All right. So before we start the duck race for the Comic Army box giveaway for the month of February, I'm going to show March's box. And like I said, I had a few books separated to put into it. And then Chris basically sponsored the hell out of the entire thing. So again, I'll be giving away the first appearance of King the Conqueror, this facsimile edition. Sins of Sinister, this fantastic cover by Art Germ. Sanastaros, issue number 1. Bloodline, Daughter of Blade, issue number 1. Tales of Nottingham, issue number 1. Now, Chris from Retro Rocket, these are the books that he spotlighted. I'm going to move over here. Thank you, Rob. Again, like I said, when I walked into Retro Rocket today, Chris said I have some books for the giveaway for next month. So please, if I could have one of the moderators just drop the link to his YouTube channel, and everyone, if you go sub up Chris at some point in the very near future, Chris is going to be starting to produce some content. Those are his words, not mine. But Rob, hello. This is Spider-Man 2099 Exodus, the Kari like Atari, Andrews variant from Comic Illuminati. Ninja Funk number 1, signed by David Mack and JPG McFly. JPG McFly. this very cool David Nakayama cover from Ninja Funk, also signed by JPG McFly. I wonder if Mark from Mark from Legion of Comics is still in the chat. But this is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the 1 in 100 variant. This is the Virgin cover done by Dustin Nguyen. This says Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from 2016. Thank you for everyone dropping that link in the chat. Again, for any Gargoyle fans, this is Gargoyles issue number 1. This is the 1 in 150 ratio done by, I hope I pronounce this correctly, Larix Lee. Who did you say this character was, Gary?
I think her name's Desdemona.
Rob, you're muted.
That's Angela.
Angela, okay.
Thank you.
It's the daughter of Goliath and Demona.
Oh, Demona, okay.
And last but certainly not least, one of my favorite independents last year came from Scott Snyder. It was Dark Spaces Wildfire. Chris actually turned me on to issue number 1, said you may want to pick this up. It's a real good read. It ended up being a 5-issue miniseries. Well, Chris went ahead and is now giving away the entire run. This is all 5 issues of Dark Spaces Wildfire, starting with number 1 and concluding number 5 back here with 2, 3, and 4 in the middle.
Nice.
So that is the March Comic Army giveaway. First week of March, we'll be giving that away. So let's take a look at this month. This is the book that Chris, by the way, from Retro Rocket Comics, donated. This is the 616 Anti-Hero Gallery exclusive Harley Quinn number 20 done by Carla Cohen. This George Perez goodness for Nightwing number 100. ASM 18. You know there's going to be a Spider-Man book in there. The Hulk number 1, but not that number 1. Alpha Beta's number 1. Alpha Beta's number 1, limited to just 100 copies. This is actually numbered 44 from Far Side Comics. This is also a New York City Comic-Con exclusive, foiled out of its mind. Deathstroke Inc. number 1, the variant copy. And last but not least, my favorite DC title of last year, DC versus Vampires issue number 1, the Sirens Homage. So, because everyone loves a good duck race, we're going to have a duck race. Where am I going? I'm going to go right here. Boom. Can everyone see it?
Boom.
Yeah, yes.
Yep.
All right. All right, there it is. So all the Comic Army members are here. Thank you for everyone that's joined the Comic Army. Let's start the duck race.
Oh, let's pull him ahead.
Yeah, it means he's screwed.
Maybe it's better the other way there.
Oh, it's too early. Anyone that's ahead right now is going to be at the
Yeah.
All right, I see Gary up front there. I see Rob number 17 there as well. DJ way up top collecting with theirs. And I see Nick's Kicks and Comics with the panda duck kind of moving up. Comic-Verse is up there as well. Legion of Comics is up there. Everyone's kind of shifting back a little bit. TM Nerdy's holding up there. Nick's Kicks and Comics is there. Flo Dameron.
Retro Rocket, the dark horse in the background.
Oh, is that Tyler sliding up there?
Oh, shit.
Shattered Glass cover reviews. Congratulations.
Flo blew a wing. Flo Harry then blew a wing.
Very good. Very good. Who doesn't love a duck race? Gene doesn't like the duck race. But yeah. Paul saying, I knew I was getting screwed too quickly.
Right? Yeah, you want your duck to almost be last at like the first 3 quarters.
You
of
almost don't want to see it. And again, I gotta get shout out to Brian. Brian is the one that found the duck race, and it's kind of spread through the comic book community. And yeah,
Duck herpes.
Yeah, yes, the Young Bloods homage. You're absolutely correct. I should have said that.
And go watch Tyler's CBCS unboxing.
Yes, that was. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Over on Whack Comics, Tyler finally got books back from CBCS, and it is a fantastic video. It's hard not to laugh, and yeah, it's really well done. And kid's got some editing skills, I gotta admit. And yeah, congratulations, my man, and thank you. Yeah, DVH. No, that was a post-pouting adrenaline rush. Yeah. Yeah, Tyler, I'm a fast fucking duck. Yeah. Yeah, Adam has read Alpha Betas. He mentioned that to me previously. CJ does not like ducks, but he does like the Bills. Nothing? No, you didn't? No. Okay.
Duck Bills. I did it. Duck Bills.
Yeah, thank you.
Duck Bills.
Channel memberships are now live. Button.
I quacked myself up.
Oh, you can do better than that, man. Come on.
It's too late. It's too late.
Call foul.
Oh, you guys. Anyways, I'd like to thank TJ Link, Speckerman, Collecting with Durs, TM Nerdy, Rob's Fat Stacks, Comics. I need to put an S on that. Comics with Murdoch, Shutter Glass Reviews, New Guy, Mark from Legion of Comics, The Comic Viking, Nick's Kicks and Comics, Trev the Shipping Guru, Digger Jim 720, S Vaughn 82, Sector 2815, my man Paul, Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy, Actual Dracula Comiverse, Flo Dameron, and again, the best handle in all of YouTube, Dr. Van Hoots Comics from the Spiral Dimension. Everyone, thank you, all of you, for being a channel member. Flash by Night, TJ, what do you have coming up on your YouTube channel?
So right now, I have a nice little video documenting my 0.00085% chance that I may have a Stan Lee signature on one of my books. I'm not going with 1%. Maybe 1% of 1%. Maybe. And hopefully by tomorrow, maybe Friday, I'm gonna wrap up Transformers Shattered Glass 2. And I guess wrap up all of IDW Transformers. And then we'll go back to Marvel Transformers after that. Besides that, a couple of unboxings, bada bing, bada boom. Maybe get a haircut sometime soon.
It's a little out of control.
It is. My mother-in-law has not called me a wolf yet, so I may be able to slide a couple of more days.
Very good. TW?
8:30 comic reviews.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine. Go to 1,000, whatever. I will get there eventually.
Yes, everyone, please subscribe to Taylor Winder. Let's get him to 1,000. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy. What's happening on your channel?
We have Out of the Panel Comics on In the Hot Seat with the Usual Suspects tomorrow night. You guys will remember him and his daughter Zoe when they're on the 1011, the Comics Curing Cancer edition. And he is already picking out and has set aside some books for the next Comics Curing Cancer because Dan is a big donator. He gives to everything. So it'll be fun. He's also a channel sponsor. You're going to get to learn about his Facebook selling, and he does penny auctions on Sundays, which are great if you need run fillers. And but we'll talk to Dan tomorrow. Next Tuesday on the 1011, we have TM Nerdy. So he is the Valentine's Day edition of the 1011. Oh. So a little Canadian
fitting.
love on
Fitting.
Valentine's Day.
How fitting by his most recent image that's became a viral sensation. TM, 3 minutes is way too long, way too long. I almost feel like a minute and a half is too long, so I pruned it down to 60 seconds. Adam, thanks for stopping by, man. Kyle, thanks for stopping by. Les Crucius, we always appreciate your time. And I don't understand, Joe. I don't understand. TM, Flash starts tonight. I believe this is the final season. My partner in crime, Rob. What's coming up on Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics?
Tomorrow, CGC unboxing. I got a 10-book submission that came back for Golden Age and Silver Age books. And then Saturday we got collecting with David the Collector, I'm sorry, is going to be our guest on Only Slabs.
Any news on this getting Transformers yet?
I haven't heard anything yet. Rumors are still Image Skybound, but nothing definitive yet.
TM Nerdy, thank you very much. Everyone that's still hanging around, please make sure that you subscribe to Retro Rocket Comics YouTube channel. Again, he's going to be producing some content in the near future. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Myself, I will be releasing a CGC video tomorrow. Basically, I had a handful of books cleaned and pressed, and we'll find out if I'm happy or if I'm going to be like Tyler and really cheesed off about what happened. We'll find out. Again, Saturday, you can catch me on Only Slabs. Sunday, keep an eye out for Two Cool Guys, Two Hot Picks. I'll try to make an appearance on Mark's channel Sunday night, but it is a little bit of a football game going on at that point, so I don't know.
There's a Rihanna concert.
But again, everyone, if you have not watched The Princess Bride, give it a chance. It's a good movie. Good night, everyone. I hope this live stream found you safe and well.